Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you today. We have something a bit out of sorts for this channel. This is a Bali-Song. This is the brand new Benchmade 85 Thai Bali-Song, just about to be released. I'm going to put this up a couple hours before it's released. It's going to be released at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on July 6th. This is going to be going out about 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But it is a brand new model from them. Get this out of the way. It is pretty pricey. It is a newer version of the Benchmade 87, which is a hugely popular Bali-Song, especially amongst real competition users. This is a new version, basically with a newer blade shape, and it's the same price, $552.50 street price, which is not inexpensive. But I can kind of see why. We'll get to that in just a moment. But yes, it is an updated version of an old classic, and runs on ball bearings, S30V steel. And unfortunately, the way my camera setup is, I don't know a lot of Bali-Song tricks anyway, but I'm not going to be able to do many. Get that out of the way. Just I can't do much, so I'll just do it my cheesy way that I usually open it. Is probably what I'm going to have to do here with it. Even that's kind of hard because this is a very large knife. The total knife length is about 10 inches. It's a 4.4-inch blade, so this is kind of a big sucker. So the way my camera setup is, I apologize. I can't do a whole lot with it. It would be very unimpressive if I did. So there's that. It comes with a really cool spring-loaded retention clip here, which I like a lot because you just squeeze the handles a little bit and it pops right out. Whether it's open or closed, kind of works the same way. I think that's pretty neat. I do like it a lot. That's pretty handy. Not horribly heavy. It's 5.3 ounces. We'll get into that more when we get to the specs. But yes, it is pricey. But when you look at it, this is all just milled titanium. This is basically two integrals, the way they do this, and two sets of bearings and all that. I can kind of see why it costs that much, and it's not uncomplicated milling either. When you look at it, it's pretty intricate. These are not easy to make in any way whatsoever, and I kind of do get the price. You look at like the Benchmade Anthem. This is well over 400. It's a milled titanium integral. Like, there's almost as much work into this as it would take to make two Anthems. So I kind of get it. Is it going to be a thing everyone wants to spend that much on a Bali-Song? Probably not everybody, but if you are really super into flipping and stuff, this thing is wicked, wicked, wicked smooth. I've only had one recent modern Bali-Song to compare it to, the Kershaw Lucha, which also runs on bearings. This is smoother than that, and I found much easier to flip around. So I can kind of see if you're really super into Bali-Songs. A lot of people buy 87s. It's not like not like they have a hard time selling those, and this is just updated. It's got a different blade shape, and yeah, pretty into it. What do you get with it? It's a blue class, which I was kind of surprised to see. It comes in a blue class box. I guess it's not quite black class, but neither is the Anthem, so I guess I kind of get it. You get the usual Benchmade stuff and this cool little slip. You can use it. There's some Velcro straps come with it to make something to attach it to your belt or your backpack, wherever you want. It's not Molly compatible according to Benchmade, so I'll take their word at that. I don't have a whole lot of Molly stuff, so I can't really verify that for certain. But it comes with cool Velcro straps to be able to attach to things, and not bad at all. Well, a kind of little funny story about it. So this is how it fits in there. The company that makes these also makes slips for 1911 mags, and I just bought some tactical shorts the last couple weeks. Pretty much, I think I got them the same day I got this, actually, in the mail. Also have pockets for 1911 mags, and this fits perfectly in it, and therefore it is something that I have been carrying a lot because it just drops into one of those mag pockets that I don't use for anything else, and it's kind of fun to have around. It is kind of fun to sit on the couch and flip around and fiddle with. Definitely this is definitely one to fiddle with when the wife's not around, but I do enjoy playing with it a whole lot. Let's do some specs and some size comparisons before we get too much farther. It's just easy to wax on about how well it's made. You have an overall length of 10 inches, blade length of 4.4 inches. Blade thickness, according to my calipers, very, very thin, just a hair over 0.10 inches. You have a handle thickness of 0.46 inches and a weight, according to my scales, of 5.2 ounces. So not too bad for a knife this gigantically huge. Definitely a lot lighter than the much less expensive Kershaw Lucha I was carrying before. But yes, it is large. We're just going to do a couple of the standards and then some other ones that will kind of demonstrate more how large this is. This is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. you have the full-size Benchmade Griptilian. You can see it is much larger than either of those. Compare it to a couple of the other larger, longer knives in my collection. We have the Spartan Blades Harsey Folder. Even longer than that. And the Big Daddy, the Cold Steel Formax Scout. So it's just a hair longer than a Formax Scout. Same story with the Lucha that I had earlier. A lot of Bali-Songs are big. To make them flip around and manipulate well, a lot of them are in this over 4-inch blade size. That's pretty unsurprising. The blade itself, though, is kind of a pleasure to use, which I was not necessarily expecting that, but it's very thin blade stock, pretty thin behind the edge. Does have a bit of recurve to it for sure. But I found it great, for just slicing cardboard, the same kind of stuff you use a regular knife for. It is pretty long and unwieldy for smaller detail EDC stuff. But I don't think anybody's buying this expecting it to be great at that stuff. So that doesn't bother me at all. I really like the blade on it. 20 CV steel, or I'm sorry, S30V steel. S30V steel at this price, but it's kind of common in the Bali-Song world. A lot of them don't have really super high-end steel. A lot of them S35 VN's about as high as you regularly see. So not completely insane there, but yeah, I do wish it was a little better steel at that price. Ergonomically, it's a Bali-Song, but for a Bali-Song, man, it fits my hands really well. These little cutouts work great. If you are actually doing stuff with it, it does hold your finger in there, or your thumb in there very well. No hot spots at all, because there's no pocket clip to worry about or anything. Everything's nicely chamfered off. Everything's nice and super smooth. It does feel really good in the hand. As far as the carry goes, I kind of already covered that. With the slip, the thing I like about using the slip is if I do just drop it in a front right pocket, the slip has some traction to where it doesn't fall sideways. That's like the problem I had trying to carry the Lucha and trying to carry this without the slip as well, is I don't mind it not having a pocket clip if it stayed upright in the pocket, but it doesn't. Once you drop it in there, you put it down in your pocket like this, it wants to fall sideways, and then it's just this big long thing, that's really annoying to have floating around the bottom of your pocket. Where this has enough traction that if I put it in this, it would usually behave and stay upright in the pocket, especially if I had anything else in the pocket next to it. It would behave and stay where it would stay in its home. It would stay where I told it to. So that was handy for that purpose. I didn't ever strap it and carry it on my belt or anything like that because, as I said lately, I've just had shorts that had mag pockets that worked really well for that. I'm actually, you know what? I don't own a gun, so I'm going to stop calling them mag pockets. They are now Bali-Song pockets. That's what those pockets on my jeans are now, and all my cargo shorts. They're Bali-Song pockets. So kind of my conclusion is the action is great. I wish I could show you more. It is so much smoother than anything that any other Bali-Song I've used. I do have a couple more coming. This isn't going to be the last one you see on the channel, but it is super smooth. It's light enough weight. It's very easy to flip. It's where I had that Kershaw Lucha and I looked, I do the series An Idiot with a Bali-Song. I looked like an idiot. This makes me look just like a lower level fool. I can't do anything advanced, but the few things that I know how to do, I can actually do smoothly that I couldn't do on the Lucha because it was just too heavy and I'd always wind up banging a knuckle or something. Not saying I don't bang a knuckle on this, but it's so much lighter that it doesn't hurt as bad, so it doesn't stop me from doing what I was doing. And I will say I've gotten good enough that no cuts. 2 weeks with this thing, no cuts. So yeah, not bad at all. I get why the 87 is such an iconic Bali-Song now after holding the 85. Because like I said, architecturally they're very, very similar. I totally get why it's so popular with professional flippers and all that stuff. Not that I have anywhere to talk in that. But it is a very smooth, light, beautifully made Bali. And this thing just begs itself for customization. It's easy to take apart, for anodization, all that stuff. I'm sure that a whole lot of people are going to customize the snot out of these. And as they should, it's probably worth it. Is it worth it to me to own a $550 Bali-Song? I don't think I'm the customer for it. But I think a whole lot of people are going to be, or at least a very vocal segment of the knife community are going to be. I know a lot of people are aching to get their hands on these. That's why I'm putting this video out 2 hours before they're available. I know that's when they drop on the Benchmade site. I don't know if that's when they drop on other websites. I would check your major knife retailers and take a look at that. But if this is interesting to you, go check one out. I think it's definitely, if this is your thing, it's worth the money. It just is if it's your thing or not. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.